Merry Meet, and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 6th of December, 2024. This is Ariel, and today I am reading this Metanoia Marseille deck, and let's purify with this Vervain by Provence Santé. You can find links in the video description to purchase each of these products if you desire. Starting out with the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of coins. Then we've got the Page of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Okay, so this Page of Wands is all about information and how you use your words and what you receive as far as information, what you look for, news and things like that. News not necessarily meaning the news in news sources like news media, although it can, but it's more about news coming to you about you. And the news coming to you about you is mostly about your work in the world. And so today is a lot about work and money. And it seems like many of you have been working on things like manifesting money and things like that. And it's looking really good. It looks like you're doing really well. And what is being recommended is that rather than doing too much with your mind, as far as, like visualizing, and not that those things don't have their place, of course they do, but instead of a lot of the, like what we teach, goal setting and things like that, which all has a wonderful place in the manifestation process, to work with the solar light. And this step of the manifestation process for many of you has to do with letting go of your preconceived notions about what you think you want and allowing the divine design of your life to show you what things could be. Because understanding that solar light represents the expression of soul energy, who you are as a soul. If you think about yourself as a beam of light coming out of the sun, that's who you are. And it knows what it wants. And our minds don't always know that, because the mind is not necessarily acquainted with the soul, because the mind is so associated with the ego that a lot of times we think we know what we want to manifest, and we get real clear on it, and we visualize it and we outline it, and either it doesn't happen the way we want it, or it happens and we're dissatisfied with it. Either way, it's not a satisfying experience, as it's not at least as satisfying as it could be if we allowed the soul to show us something that we didn't know. Like, I don't mean to sound naughty, but like when somebody says, like, what do you like, in bed kind of thing, the answer really should be somebody that surprises me. And the same goes with your manifestations, right? Surprise me with something wonderful. I don't know. I don't necessarily know what's going to make me happy. I think I know, but the soul has so many ideas for you. Has so many ideas that you might not understand yet. So working with that solar light is so important and so helpful. And it's like I said, it's not so much that you can't visualize or that you shouldn't come up with your goals, but how about when you do that, to make sure that you say this or something even better that I don't know about, something even better that I didn't know was possible for me. Using your mind to open itself, to stay open to possibilities. Okay, 5 of Cups, followed by the 10 of Wands, and then the Judgment card. So a lot of this depression and burden is lifting. A lot of the old, and see, that's the thing, is a lot of this manifestation that many of you are doing, a lot of these, the idea of like, well, I'm making a list of what I want, or whatever it is that you're doing. A lot of that is coming out of you reacting to negative emotional states and feeling overwhelmed or overburdened. And so when you use that as sort of like the starting point for your manifestations, it's understandable, because it's nice. If you know what you don't want, at least you can say, well, I want something that's the opposite of this. And so that is a step in the right direction. But taking it one step further to the point of view of saying, I don't know. I don't know what's going to really make me happy, but boy, am I ready for it. And that's what this Judgment card is. It's like you are having all these people in their graves, they're having these dreams about let's, for instance, with this reading of what they thought they wanted and what was going to make them happy and all of their goals and getting things that they thought that were really great. And then all of a sudden they woke up and they realized, whoa, I thought that was so big and wonderful, but look at the reality. Look at what I really can have. Waking up from that dream of scarcity and limitation and opening to this concept of abundance and unlimited possibility. And then allowing that solar light to show you and direct for you what those unlimited possibilities could really look like in your life, and allow them to manifest without your help, which is so hard, especially if we've been grappling with burden and depression and emotional conflict and the desire for money and wanting to have our work in the world be something that is important. All of those things, we have these ideas in our mind about what we need to do. And it's so personally insulting to the ego to say, you don't need to do anything. You just need to just and allow the solar light to work through and do it for you. It sounds like a lot of people say, well, that sounds too easy, until they try it. It's a lot harder than it sounds to just say, I'm just not going to have any involvement in this. I'm just going to step back and notice what the solar light is bringing to me and bringing through me. And I'm not going to get in and help. I'm not going to have an opinion about it. I'm not going to vote on any of it. I'm just going to allow it to be given to me. Imagine a Christmas present that you really didn't know was coming to you, that you had no clue, that was really wonderful. You wouldn't really want to talk to the person that was giving you the gift and say, well, now make sure that it's this and make sure that you do that. Then you wouldn't have any of the surprise. But the kind of gift that the solar light is bringing to you it's impossible for it not to be absolutely wonderful for you, to be just splendid on all levels. So before I forget, these two meditations here are really helpful today if you have time. Now, the solar light meditation, you really don't have the excuse of not having enough time, because learning it takes about 2 minutes or 3 minutes max, and then applying it on your own takes 30 seconds to a minute. So you can do this any time, every time through the day. And if you keep that solar light moving, then you are getting out of the way and allowing. That's your job, is to do the work of getting out of the way and holding that space open for that solar light to come through and manifest however it wants to. And then this judgment card has a meditation. If you go into the video description of this video, you can see a link for all the tarot meditations. And the one on the judgment card is going to be very helpful for many of you today. And it's called Waking Up to Your Good. And really, that's all you have to do, is just like wake up to it. You don't have to create it. You don't have to manipulate it. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to plead for it. You don't have to grovel for it. You just have to wake up to it. It's already there. It's already ready for you. So just waking up to your good, allowing it to manifest in the way that is the highest way for you today. And your job is to keep your mind open and not reacting to what you think is going on in your life. That's the problem that we all have with so-called manifestation, is everything we manifest is based on our reaction to the world, either what we don't want in the world or what we think we want more of in the world, instead of realizing that there are manifestations that we didn't know were possible that are so much better than all of that. So much better, not based upon the past, not based upon fixing problems, not based on anything. And all our so-called desires are included in that, but our so-called desires are just a tiny little bit of it. Right? If you think about, I don't know, like say you had this one little, I don't know, corner of a wall that had a spot on it, and you thought, oh, well, we got to fix that. And then you just called in a design team, and they said, well, can we have full rain? Do you mind if we just redo everything? You say, sure, that'd be great. Give them permission. You go out of the house for a couple days. You come back. Not only is that spot gone on the wall, yeah, of course they repainted or repapered or whatever, but the entire place looks so amazing. And you had no idea that you would have liked that kind of design. And it was so much better than anything you could have ever come up with that you're jumping for joy that you didn't have any hand in it. Because if you had had a hand in it, it would have been okay maybe, but it wouldn't have been this. Something similar. That's just an analogy. Something similar you can think of in regards to whatever it is that you think you want right now. So instead of saying, I want these burdens to be lifted, I want this depression to be gone, I want the money that I think I need, I want the work, I want meaningful work in the world, all of those things are good. All of those things are wonderful. But just let's put a hold on that. We're not saying wrong, bad, that you shouldn't have those thoughts or desires. Yes, honor them, love them, but let's put a hold on that for a minute and say, I think I want all those things, but I'm just going to tell myself and the universe, I don't know. I'm open to anything. You show me. You show me what I want. You show me how it could be. And then when we give that kind of permission, we allow for things to change in our lives in a way that are so just, I don't know a better word for it than fabulous. And then when you start having some fabulosity in your life, you get a lot more positive reinforcement for pulling back and not reacting to things and moving back into that solar light and allowing yourself to be awakened to how good things can be. And that's exactly what today's all about. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate you. We'll see everybody tomorrow for another daily reading. Until then, blessed be.